$562 pension boost confirmed. UK state pensioners get one-off winter payment October 2025 update. Imagine opening your bank account this October and finding an extra $562 waiting for you, a payment that could mean the difference between heating your home and struggling through the cold, between putting food on the table and making painful sacrifices. This isn't just another government promise, it's a confirmed one-off lifeline for older pensioners designed to ease the crushing costs of winter. In this video, we're uncovering exactly who qualifies, when the money arrives, and why this payment is far more important than it first appears. My respected seniors, I sincerely request you, please do not move forward without subscribing to this channel. Here, you will always find the most trusted and timely updates about your pensions, DWP payments, benefits, and every important financial change that directly impacts your daily life. I promise you, this channel is built for you to give you clarity, peace of mind, and guidance when you need it the most. Your one click on subscribe, your like, your share, and even a small comment can help this family grow stronger and ensure that no senior ever misses out on crucial information. Please, my humble request, subscribe now before we continue, because every update here could be the one that makes a real difference for you or someone you care about. The UK state pension system has always been one of the most discussed and debated subjects in the country, especially among pensioners who often find themselves balancing between promises made by the government and the harsh reality of rising everyday expenses. While the triple lock system is meant to guarantee annual increases to the state pension, many older pensioners argue that these yearly rises simply don't stretch far enough to cover the essentials of daily living. Heating bills continue to rise, food costs climb steadily, transport becomes more expensive, and healthcare expenses place an ever heavier burden on older households. For many, the increases promised under the triple lock are swallowed up by inflation before they even make a difference. This is why the government's recent announcement confirming a new 562 state pension payment for older pensioners in October 2025 has grabbed so much attention. For many, it sounds like a lifeline at exactly the right time of year. But the truth is that this is not just a routine pension adjustment or a small top-up. It is a targeted one-off support payment specifically designed to help older pensioners as they approach winter. Winter is the hardest season financially for millions of elderly people, with energy bills surging, food costs higher, and many pensioners forced into impossible choices, choosing between keeping their homes warm or putting proper meals on the table. The 562 payment, while modest compared to the rising cost of living, has been carefully calculated by government analysts to reflect average living costs during this period of the year. It is not without its complexities, though. There are specific rules, clear conditions, and some exclusions that pensioners need to understand fully before assuming they qualify. Today, we're going to break down exactly what this 562 payment really means, who is eligible, when it will arrive, and how pensioners can prepare to ensure they do not miss out. By the end of this explanation, you'll know the most important facts surrounding this confirmed payment and why it carries such weight in the current economic climate where every pound counts. So what exactly is this 560 Talu payment? The Department for Work and Pensions, often referred to as the DWP, has confirmed that this is a direct one-off support payment. It comes on top of your normal state pension payments. It isn't a loan, it doesn't have to be repaid, and it isn't connected to universal credit or other working age benefits. Instead, it is targeted support for older pensioners who are among the most vulnerable to rising costs during the winter period. Unlike many schemes in the past, this one is not meant to replace any benefit. It is simply an addition to help pensioners through difficult months. Why $560 specifically? Many questioned why the government didn't opt for a simpler rounded figure such as $500 or $600. But the figure was not randomly chosen. According to government reports, the calculation was based on average winter costs for a single pensioner household. Heating bills for the colder months were estimated at around $340, weekly food costs at approximately $111, and transport and healthcare extras at around $100. That totals $551. To align this with banking systems and distribution processes, the figure was set at $562. This shows that the government is attempting to directly match the payment to real-world costs that pensioners face, instead of picking an arbitrary number. Another important point to understand is that this 562 payment is separate from the triple lock system. The triple lock is what guarantees that pensions rise each April by whichever is higher: inflation, average earnings growth, or a minimum of 2.5%. The 562 is not part of that. Instead, think of it as a bridging payment designed to cover the financial gap between the April 2025 increase and the April 2026 adjustment, which is expected to be substantial, possibly around 5% due to current wage growth trends. The October boost helps pensioners survive the toughest financial months, and the April rise is meant to provide longer-term stability. So, who is actually eligible to receive this payment? Eligibility criteria are always where things become complicated with any DWP announcement, and this is no different. To qualify automatically, you must have been born before April 1953, which means this payment largely targets pensioners aged 72 and above by the time October 2025 arrives. You must already be in receipt of the full state pension or qualifying benefits linked to it. If you are on pension credit, you will also qualify even if your state pension is reduced due to incomplete national insurance contributions. There are some special cases too. For example, some pensioners living overseas may qualify if they live in countries with reciprocal agreements with the UK. Someone aged 76 in Birmingham receiving both the full state pension and pension credit will automatically get the 562 payment. However, a pensioner of the same age living in Australia may not qualify due to the lack of a reciprocal Social Security agreement. This raises debates about fairness, especially for retirees who contributed to the UK system during their working years but chose to spend retirement abroad. The government has confirmed payment dates will begin from late October 2025 and continue into early November. Unlike the regular pension, which follows a strict schedule, this payment will be staggered in 3 phases. First, pensioners aged 75 and older, those considered most at risk, will receive their payment. Second, pensioners aged 70 to 74 who also receive pension credit will get theirs. Finally, the remaining eligible pensioners will receive the payment. This staggered approach is designed to prevent overload on banking systems and to ensure those who need the help most urgently get it first. Pensioners are strongly encouraged to begin checking their bank accounts regularly from October 21st onward, as the payment may not arrive on the same day as their normal pension. One important note is that pension credit recipients may benefit even more from this scheme. Pension credit remains one of the most underclaimed benefits in the UK, with nearly 850,000 pensioners missing out every year. The DWP is urging pensioners to check if they qualify for pension credit before October 2025, because if they do, they will not only receive the pension credit itself, but also unlock eligibility for the 562 due payment. For example, a pensioner living on $180 a week may qualify for pension credit to raise their income to the minimum threshold, and once approved, they would also get the 562 due payment, effectively doubling their financial support for that period. Banking rules also come into play. The 562 will be paid directly into the same account as your regular pension. However, if your account has been flagged as dormant, or if there are outdated bank details on file, the payment may fail. Pensioners with joint accounts should note that only one payment per account will be issued, not one per account holder. Overseas pensioners with UK bank accounts may face delays due to international transfers, so patience and careful account monitoring will be important. If the payment hasn't arrived by mid-November, the advice is to contact the DWP immediately. Across the UK, England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, all pensioners meeting the criteria are included. But overseas, pensioners remain a divided group. Those in countries with reciprocal agreements, such as Spain or Ireland, may still qualify, but those in Canada, Australia, and similar countries remain excluded. This long-standing issue has sparked renewed debate about whether UK pensioners abroad are being unfairly penalized despite decades of national insurance contributions. And that wraps up today's update on the confirmed 562 state pension payment for October 2025. Remember, this isn't just spare change. It's vital support designed to help pensioners through one of the toughest financial seasons of the year. Make sure your details are up to date, check your eligibility, and spread the word so no one misses out on this important payment. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more pension news, DWP updates, and financial guidance that directly affects you and your loved ones. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an urgent update, and as always, thank you for watching and being part of this community.